everyone, and welcome to, I guess, my first voiceover speed build. I am doing a for rent apartment. It's going to be basically a quadruplex. There are two, I believe, one bedroom or maybe two bedroom apartments up top, and then I believe three bedroom apartments on the bottom. So I was super excited to build this. It kind of gave the vibe of one of the apartments in The Sims 2. It was, I believe, a green roof building, and the buildings were actually symmetrical, except the insides, obviously. Different little floor plans for each, and also different color schemes. So I kind of went with a little vibe similar to that. And yeah, so I was super excited to build this, and I'm pretty sure I put it on the gallery, but I may have had some issues. So by the time you see this, it should be on the gallery. I'm super excited about this build. It was pretty simple. The concept was also pretty simple. Um, and yeah, I'm just excited for y'all to watch and see how it turned out and tell me if you like it. But yeah. So here in the little shared space courtyard area, I thought it would be cute to do this little like pond fountain thing, to kind of, I don't know, I guess bring a little bit more like value to the lot, to make it just look a little nicer and not just like one big open area. Plus it kind of fills in a little bit of the space, so I didn't have to figure out what all to put around the area. Also the little back balconies that you can see right now, I did I believe telescopes, chess tables, some lounge chairs, and this is base game and for rent only. I wanted to make something like that anyone who maybe just bought this pack and only has this pack and base game, I wanted them to be able to download and play with it. So yeah. Well, while y'all are watching, we'll talk about maybe some New Year's resolutions. Does anybody have any fun New Year's resolutions? My resolutions are to become a little bit more fluent in Japanese. I've been learning for 2 years, and I want to become a little bit more fluent. I do know the entire hiragana and katakana alphabet. Still learning kanji and how to read it, which is going to take years. There's over 15,000 kanji, so that'll take me a while, but I'm hoping to, by the end of 2024, at least be able to understand most of what I'm hearing. Like basically be able to watch anime without subtitles, essentially. So I don't know if anyone's seen Coraline, but when I was putting these windows on this build and the color scheme and everything, it really reminded me of the little pink palace place. And I thought that was pretty neat. It kind of seems like a basically a house or a lot from that time era. So I thought that was pretty cool. Just the way that it looks is definitely interesting. Also, I furnished all of them. Typically, I like to only put necessities in my builds, like just kitchen appliances and counters, bathroom appliances, like sinks, toilets, showers. And then anybody who downloads it can basically fill it with their furniture or furniture that they like. But for this one, because it is a rental lot, I went ahead and furnished all of them. So if you download it and you want to add your own furniture to it, please feel free to do so. Especially because this is only base game and for rent, so you know, if you have other packs with furniture, you know, you might want to add it. Yeah. So here I'm basically trying to figure out the floor plan for this bottom apartment. It was kind of difficult because I didn't know how exactly I wanted to lay it out, and I don't know, like with the shape of it, it just seemed a little awkward, and I wanted to make sure that I'd have enough space for like a kitchen and a living area, but also be able to put enough bedrooms in it where it's, you know, kind of usable and able to grow into, you know, like maybe you have a single sim and you know you want them to get married and have a family, but you don't want to be moving all the time. You know, you could move into one of these bottom ones and have like a study room and a master bedroom essentially, and then marry and have a room for children that you can change out, you know, things like that. I thought that it would be nice to kind of have that, you know. So I didn't want just like a single bedroom or 2 bedroom, you know, I wanted something you could grow into. You know, maybe have a couple of kids before you have to, you know, move and everything. Also, I try to do different color schemes in all these apartments. So we have green and blue, and we should have like a maroon and yellow. I loved the maroon and yellow. I thought that it turned out really nice, which is surprising because, you know, I really like maroon, but yellow, in my opinion, is just a really hard color to make work, especially in The Sims, because let's be real, a lot of the times they just don't have the best shades of yellow. It's just like green, you know, they have like one shade of green that they love to use in The Sims, and that's it. So I was actually really happy with this floor that you're looking at right now, because the green in it is almost like a moss, like a dark moss green, and I really appreciated that different swatch, you know, instead of the light green that they always give us. We all know what color I'm talking about. So these little saucer lights, they are the best lights in The Sims in terms of lighting, but they are the worst lights in terms of the way they look. So I actually added different, here you can see I started putting Home Chef Hustle. I delete it because I realize it needs to just be base game and for rent. But anyways, so back to what I was saying about the lights. I do swap out the lights in this build, and I put in like different lights in all of them. So I do go back through and delete these. If you want to re-add them, please, like I said, feel free. I just personally don't like them. I don't know. I don't like them. Also, the little electrical panels and all that that I added to the apartments, they are functional, so they will need maintenance. I prefer those kind of functional items. The only one I'd probably put in a build that I wouldn't want to be functional would be the water heater one. Just because, you know, I could see myself putting something like that in like a utility closet, you know, just for looks. little bit of decoration because, you know, I want it to look a little bit lived in, at least a little, you know, like it doesn't have to be anything super fancy or special, but just having something in there, I feel like gives it a little bit more depth and interesting qualities to the places. And I do believe I go through and add some artwork to the master bedroom walls so that it's not so stale. Also, I love decorating kids' rooms. Like, I don't know, something about putting little diapers and like wipes and little baskets and toys and books, and I just think that it's so precious. And then I love also putting the little height thing, like what's it called? I can't remember what it's called, but it's that little height measuring thing that I normally put them right beside the bedroom doors, because typically, I don't know if anyone else like has the same childhood, but I remember a lot of the times when we'd go to my grandma's house, she would make us stand against a door frame or a door and like take a pencil and write our height. Every year, like when we'd get together for Christmas or something, all the kids would get around, she'd measure our heights and write our name and the year next to the line she drew. And I always thought that was kind of interesting. You could see how we were growing over the years and stuff like that. So that's kind of what it reminds me of, and I guess that's why I always put it next to the door. So I think it's cute right there. And I love doing this, putting collage walls, like different posters, and just kind of like putting them all up in a collage sort of way. And also, I wanted so badly for these curtains to work, but you can see where the window is just slightly taller than it, and that really got on my nerves. So I just went with some base game regular curtains, and yeah, and just said that'll be good. I do believe that I used some of the new curtains for this room, though, not those ones that I was looking at previous, but the other one, yeah, those. Which those are also really nice. I just didn't feel like they were children's room look, so. And this is me just going through deleting some of those lights. And then these. And also, has anyone noticed that for that little ladybug painting, they still haven't changed the swatch on like the actual item in the catalog? Like it still looks red even though it's orange. The kitchen tiles are like my favorite thing. I love how it like divides the space because the border on it, and like I love that concept because we don't really have very many tiles like that in The Sims 4. I think we got some of those tiles with the high school years pack, you know, with the borders. And then I think we also got some with one of the kits or stuff packs. I can't remember which one. It's like the Oasis Spring, or not Oasis Springs, that's a neighborhood. It's one of those kind of packs. It reminds me of the Desert Luxe kit, like the Courtyard Oasis. I think that's what it is. I believe we got some tiles with that one that have borders. But other than that, we just don't really have very many like that, and I love it. It's so nice to be able to put those tiles down, and it almost like breaks up the space so that it looks like different rooms, but without walls. I just think it's such an interesting thing, and it's so nice to have stuff like that. And I don't know if y'all noticed, but the Sims team really stepped it up for 2023, and I'm so excited for 2024 and to see what the Sims team does. I really hope that they take the game in a good direction, you know, like they've been doing for 2023, like with giving us all the things that we've been asking for so many years. I'm really hoping that they give us cars. I know that might be an unpopular opinion because I know a lot of people don't think that cars would be a good idea for the Sims 4, but I really think it would. I think that it would be so nice to have that. The only problem I see is that they'll have to basically overlay the whole game and the way it works, because for example, when you go to work or your Sims go to school, they walk to the edge of the lot and then just disappear. It's basically a rabbit hole, and if they're going to add cars to the game, that's something that they're going to have to change. Like, you're going to have school buses come and pick your Sims up, or carpools, or something like that, because come on, that would be odd. Like, for work and school, you walk to the edge of the lot and disappear, but then you can also drive. It would just be kind of weird. Also, speaking of school, the lunch boxes. I don't know if anyone else noticed, but a cool feature about the lunch boxes is they're actually usable. Like, you can put a lunch in there or whatever, almost like the sack lunches that you can make. You put them in there and your Sim can open it and eat it later. Like, I just think that that's so cool. So the layout to this, both of these apartments really, this one and the other one that's on the top floor on the other side, were kind of a little tricky to lay out because of where I decided to put the door. But it wound up working surprisingly well, laying it out this way, and it's so cute and cozy seeming. I just love it. I just love this new pack. Like, it's so nice, and it's so cool being able to build our own apartments finally. Like, I don't know about y'all, but I was getting very impatient, thinking that we would never be able to build our own apartments. And here we are. Here we are, building our own apartments and living our best lives. Now they just need to add cars. Then I could make my dream townhome with a driveway for every townhome. I did a lot of saving because my computer has been doing this very odd thing where it's like randomly it just will stop detecting my monitors, like I don't have monitors or something. And even though my computer's still running and everything still seems fine, the monitors are just off. So yeah, I didn't want to lose any progress. So I just continuously saved. And I mean, it worked. I finished the build, and it turned out pretty good. And of course, in these shared spaces, I put some skill building items and also some other kind of chillaxing items. So like if you have, was it island living or seasons that came with sunbathing? Either way, the lounge chairs are for if you have either of those packs that allow you to sunbathe. Oh, and also something that's really cool. If you have seasons, you can sync your AC and radiator with your thermostat. So if you set the thermostat to cooler, your little AC fan thing will start running, like it'll turn on. And if you set it to warmer, your radiator will turn on. So I thought that was really cool. I think that the cross-pack compatibility is really nice. So here we are in, I'm fairly certain, the last apartment. This one was pretty nice too, like the color scheme of the green and what would you call that, like a creamy color, because it's like a yellowish white, but not like a disgusting looking yellow white. It's pretty nice. And I really like doing the black bedroom like that. The black bedroom's really nice. I like it. And I think we are nearing the end of the speed build. We have a few more things to add, I think, like the outdoor stuff for that balcony. And also I'm fairly certain that I add some stuff in that little open area on the bottom. I think I add some hopscotch, a place to play marbles, and yeah. I also add some playground equipment out back. I was thinking about adding this hot tub because it's new and it comes in the pack, but it just didn't look right, and I didn't really know where else to put it. I added playground equipment because there are rooms for children in this lot. And so I don't know, I thought it would be nice to have some playground equipment. Maybe your kid Sims can play with the other children's Sims. And yeah. I hope that y'all really enjoyed this build, and that, I don't know, maybe you want to get on and download it and play in it, and I think that would be really cool. So I didn't play test it, but I didn't really feel like I needed to. You know, nothing was really squeezed in, so I don't think that your Sims are gonna have an issue walking around the building. So yeah, didn't really feel the need to play test. Also, the landscaping I did for this build, super simple, super easy. I didn't want to overwhelm the lot because, you know, there's already 4 apartment buildings, and yeah, I don't know, I just didn't want to make it super overwhelming or anything, so I keep it really simple. I think I add like 2 or 3 more trees, maybe a couple more bushes, but not much at all. And yeah. And I'm doing some finishing things, and yeah. So thank y'all for watching, and I hope that you enjoyed this build. Bye guys.